Welcome back to Streaming Media West 2017. We're down to the end, wrapping up. I'm Tim Siglin, contributing editor with Streaming Media Magazine and also media principal analyst at RealSolver Incorporated. Today I've got with me Ruud van der Linden, and your company is Stream One?
Stream One, based in Utrecht, the Netherlands.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about what Stream One does, how you got started, and how you got to where you are today.
So that's a lot of questions. Stream One is an online video platform. It's designed, it's developed to help publishers, broadcasters, and online and other content owners distribute their online video, monetize it, and integrate it into their workflows.
Okay, and I think you mentioned to me you've been around for about 5 years, is that correct?
That's about 5 years, yeah.
Okay.
Stream One was founded in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it.
And you mentioned pre-integration. Explain that to me. What does that mean? Because that's sort of an intriguing term.
Stream One is pre-integrated with a lot of services. It's in its core, it's an online video platform.
Okay.
So it takes care of ingesting your content, extracting metadata from the content. You can add metadata to it. It takes care of transcoding, etc. But we're not bound to using specific components. For example, if you would like a different transcoding service to be used in Stream One, you can do that. If you want a specific quality of experience metrics provider to be used, you can do that.
Okay.
So we just pre-integrate with those services so that you can select your own best of breed for the platform that you want.
And you mentioned broadcasters, regional broadcasters. Is it focused sort of media and entertainment?
Focus could be anything. Well, in the Netherlands, we service about 120 broadcasters.
Okay.
For Ericsson Broadcast Services.
Okay, very good.
And it's live streaming what we do for them.
Mm-hmm.
For other broadcasters, also a couple in the Netherlands, we offer VOD services. So the platform supports both VOD and live streaming, including time shifting abilities. So it's pretty broad.
And so the DVR, that type of thing, is live sort of your core focus or VOD?
I would say it's 50-50.
Okay. It's actually higher than most because so many OVPs are just sort of VOD and are now adding live.
Yeah.
But you've described where you've actually got quite a bit of live already in place.
Yeah, and that might also have to do with where Stream One started. Stream One started in 2012, but before then I did a lot of freelancing work with a lot of live projects. So I have a lot of experience with live streaming.
Okay.
I saw the very beginning of it and continued onto RTMP, all those things that we don't like to use too much anymore. If we can, we try to avoid them.
I was actually asking one of my panelists about RTSP today, and he sort of...
RTSP, yeah, and then RTMP.
Right. Yeah, and he was, you could tell he hadn't really been in the industry at the RTSP space. So.
Yeah.
What about a player? You have a white label player that someone can use, or do you integrate with other players like Theo Player, BitMoven, etc.?
Both. Well, Theo Player, there are southern neighbors actually from Belgium, right. So 2-hour drive to them, to their office.
Sure.
But we have our own video player. It's not our main focus because the main focus is the platform, but the video player is pretty good. It's very customizable. It can be skinned and tailored to your needs. And you can even develop your own plugins to put into the video player.
Okay.
Most of our customers use our video player.
So a lot of broadcasters want to build their own stack. What kind of, do you help them troubleshoot if they run into problems? Do you assist them in working to build that stack, or do you provide a replacement stack that is better than what they might do?
We build a replacement stack. Okay. If a customer has an existing platform, they usually have some problems they run into. We analyze the situation, we build a stack for them.
Okay.
We also provide the migration from their old platform to the new platform.
Okay.
One of the examples where we did that is a couple years ago for Telegraph Media Group, which is one of the biggest media groups in the Netherlands. They were formerly a customer at Bright Cove, and they ran into a couple of issues there, and we built a new stack for them and took care of the migration. And actually the migration plus Integrating it into their website, apps, etc. took 2 to 3 weeks, including everything.
So onboarding total took 2 to 3 weeks.
No, not the onboarding.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
I mean the technical onboarding.
Yeah. Okay.
That took 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah.
Wow.
And developers are usually very happy with our APIs because they're really straightforward.
Okay.
They were kind of designed to take you exactly to the right API endpoints that you need to be,
Sure.
instead of a kind of a maze of different components and functions that you don't know exactly what it means if you read the function name, that you see in a lot of other APIs. So it's really straightforward.
And then last question, you're primarily European based, but I remember you mentioning that you're expanding into North America. What are you doing from the approach to the North American market, which is obviously quite different from the European market?
Yeah. So last year we've acquired an investment. And one of the things we're doing with this is a commercial expansion into the Americas. And we opened a sales office in Toronto. And from there we service North America. So this just started recently. We're mainly active in Europe at this time. But we see the North American market warming up to our offering and being really interested.
Any lessons learned coming into the North American market versus the way that things are done in Europe?
Well, actually, I really like the way people think over here. They're less afraid to take a chance and just try something new.
More straightforward.
More straightforward in that sense. A little less political. So it's easier to just start a pilot, just go ahead and just work together. And
afraid to fail.
Yeah, exactly. Because in Europe, we're not as big as Brightcove, and sometimes that's an issue for big companies in Europe. Sure. But as soon as we can get them to start a trial, which is easier here than in Europe, as soon as we can start a trial and show what we can do, show the quality of the product, show the quality of our support, then it's usually a no-brainer a couple months after that.
Interesting. Ruud, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.